In 2018, I started making videos for my business. I shot videos with my iPhone and fell in love with the process. And I began watching filmmaking tutorials on YouTube. I quickly felt something I had never experienced before, a connection between the creators I was watching and me. Whenever I watched a Casey Neistat or Peter McKinnon video, I felt like I was hanging out with them. And not just because their content was awesome or for their personalities. Their passion for making movies was contagious, so much that I got infected, I believe, for life. I wanted to become a creator too, not for the lifestyle or the money. I wanted to have what they had. The freedom you get when you wake up in the morning and live your life following your passion, and the special relationship that YouTube creators build with their audiences. There's no other form of media that allows you to do that. Shows on Netflix, posts on Facebook, or even Instagram influencers never get that special relationship with their viewers. You're just broadcasting your content to an audience in the most sterile and non-engaging way. YouTube allows your audience to interact with you from their bedrooms, and it allows anyone to push the same exact upload button that your favorite creators push to share their craft with you. Isn't that just awesome? After I was clear about what I wanted, I had to figure out a plan to get those things, and just like any YouTube newbie, I made some mistakes and went through a bunch of struggles. For almost 2 years, I focused on building my filmmaking skills, consuming an enormous quantity of information about how to edit a video, how to operate the camera, how to shape the lighting, how to do compositions, all those things you get introduced to when you go to film school. So, what is wrong with learning, I hear you say? Well, as long as you practice, there's nothing wrong with it. To me, practicing meant making videos for the platform. The only way you get better at YouTube is by making videos for YouTube. I wasn't doing that. I posted my first video 2 years after I decided I wanted to become a YouTuber. That is crazy, right? 2 years procrastinating before I uploaded my first video, and guess what? After 2 years of studying and splashing out on gear, my first video still sucked, and I cringe so much every time I watch it. After beating my procrastination and posting videos regularly, different struggles started to arise. The language. I'm making videos in English, which is not my native language. Sometimes I have to repeat the same thing 50 times to pass my cringe test. The content. What do I talk about in my videos, and how do I provide valuable information to my niche? And what is my niche? I still have to figure that out. Lastly, the imposter syndrome, which is something I had, but I didn't know how to name until recently. Why would anyone watch my videos instead of giant creators? Hey, if you have the same struggles, get in touch and let me know in the comments. I'd love to connect with like-minded people. After 1 year on YouTube, I figured out what kind of YouTuber I wanted to be. There are two main categories of creators. The idea-based creators like MrBeast rely on big ideas and sensationalism. Making those kind of videos is hard. There's a huge competition, and not everybody can afford to buy an island to gift for a YouTube video. And then there are the relationship-based creators with whom you can hang out and have a relationship. I watched some Emma Chamberlain videos in which she drinks coffee while she's in bed. For 10 minutes. She is entertaining, I get that. But many people relate to her because they do that too. They also allow themselves to be bored and lazy, drinking coffee in bed. I love watching Peter McKinnon making coffee because he uses all his cinematography skills to make that coffee. Whenever I watch a Casey Neistat video, I learn something new, or he makes me think about something I never considered before. I want to be a relationship-based creator. Even if I had all the money in the world, I don't like sensationalism. After watching way too many YouTube creators in the filmmaking niche, the ones I relate to the most are guys like Josh Yeo, Make Art Now, Danny Gervitz, and of course, I'll always love Casey. What I admire about these creators is their creativity and integrity. You'll hardly see them selling anything. Instead, they could name 200 famous YouTubers in the filmmaking niche that have become brand advocates. Brands sponsor 95% of the content they make. It is like watching a telesales. I get that they make a living out of this, but for me, selling products on YouTube isn't something I'm interested in. I'm here to tell my story. Because if you don't tell your own story, nobody else will. And even if they did, it'd never be as good as you telling your own story. This quote from director Mira Nair clung to me so much that I'm trying to convince everyone I know to tell their own story. And I wish to inspire someone, maybe you, to tell your own story. If you're starting your YouTube journey, I want to encourage you and give you some advice about what I've learned along the way. When you hear others saying that gear doesn't matter, you see that's a lie. Gear matters, but not so much. As a viewer, I'd still watch a video with a good story or valuable information, even if the production value is terrible. If your phone is what you have right now, start with that today. Language. People will put up with any accent as long as the content is good. Or make videos in your native language if that's what is most comfortable. The imposter syndrome. When I was younger, I took guitar lessons from a guy across the street, although I could have gone to the big guys with the big names. You see, YouTube is like this too. Whatever your niche is, there are a bunch of people that will resonate with your personality and with your content because you are more relatable to them. There will always be someone just a step behind you. And if you don't share what you know with those people because you think of yourself as an imposter, you're doing a disservice to your community. Content and niche. If you're just starting, don't worry too much about that stuff. Just make videos about what you love and have fun while making your YouTube content. And that last piece of advice is largely for me, as I need to spend more time creating and having fun rather than thinking about the niche I want to target. You will find a lot of variety in the advice you get when getting started. A lot of people will say that niching down is vital. Some will say niche doesn't matter. Some people will say to post once a week. Some people will tell you that consistency doesn't really matter. As a newbie, talking about myself, from now on, I will allow myself to be naive, to experiment and not to follow any rule, but one. Have fun and be creative. Whoosh.